haven't invaded its privacy to figure out. Focus, little dude. Can you focus? Everything's dark. There you go. Where am I at? Times this. Jeff, you gotta make a 1 there, buddy. Plus, because I'm doing product rule, right? Plus, leave this guy alone, derivative of this. Poor little beta.
It's plus 1.
Sorry?
It's plus 1.
Yeah, why did it do that? Oh, it's a 1/2 power up here, dude.
Plus 1 to the 1/2.
Yeah, there you go, buddy. All right, so now all I have left to do really is this derivative here. So again, I identified that the main thing happening is a product. So that means derivative of this one times this one, plus, leave this one alone, derivative of this one. And now I can focus all my attention on this guy, and all this shit just kind of comes to the right. There's some good betas, Jeff. That looks like an embryo. All right. What's the derivative of this guy? We already kind of did him earlier, didn't we? 1/2, 2 theta plus 1, negative 1/2, times the derivative of the inside. So the 2's cancel. Can you see all that? There it is. Whew. So right, that's the chain rule piece, right? That's the derivative of the inside. Those 2's cancel. So then I get beta tangent beta twice beta plus 1 to the 1/2 plus secant beta times 2 theta plus 1 to the negative 1/2. And if you wanted to, you could bring that downstairs. It doesn't matter. Why did theta come from? Jeff, you're so funny, man. Now the poor little mutant beta became a theta. There we go. That's better. So this is how these rules all play together. You've got to identify what the primary thing is. That was primarily a product of two functions. Chain rule was a piece of it later. The first rule I wanted to apply was a product, because that's what that is. This, the first rule, is chain, because there's no product of functions, there's no quotient, it's primarily a chain rule. So I immediately applied chain rule. What about part F? You guys see that thing about Russian nesting dolls coming back again? Right? There's a 2x squared minus 1 inside of a tangent, inside of a tangent. You don't care about that. You don't care about, you don't have to know how many times chain rule is going to happen. You don't have to know how many dolls are inside other dolls. The first thing you see is you got sign of stuff. That's pretty much how I look at it. That's why I say it that way. Sign of stuff. So what's the derivative of sign of stuff? Cosine stuff. I love it. Y prime is cosine stuff times derivative of the inside. So now the inside gets a turn. So the outside got a turn of stuff. Now the stuff gets a turn. So this is what I mean. I really want you guys. So I did a rule. I did a chain rule. Chain rule, outside function of stuff times inside function gets a turn. Now your whole universe is this. This shit just comes for the ride. What's happening in here? What's the rule going to be? Another chain rule. Did I have to know ahead of time? Not really. I didn't have to know ahead of time. I just, as I do these links, derivatives, then I worry about, of course, what's going to happen. Why would I worry about it before I have to do it? So the stuff I've already done just kind of comes for the ride. Times derivative tangent is secant squared of stuff times the stuff gets a turn now. And yes, this is where, for a test like this, I'm going to just give you the test with all the problems, no space. Because you're going to use your own paper, because I don't know how much room it's going to take you. In fact, you might realize some of the problems, you're going to feel like you should turn the paper this way, so you can get everything fit in. Maybe. We'll see. If you do, just make it really easy for me to read this shit. What is the derivative? We only have one last derivative. Is he going to have another chain piece on him? Why would he? He's just a freaking polynomial. So what's the derivative of 2x squared minus 1? 4x. So bring him out front to be a coefficient. 4x cosine of tangent of 2x squared minus 1 times secant squared of 2x squared minus 1. Bam! Gross. Okay. So people get lost with writing all this stuff. People get tired. I don't care about that shit. You got to develop some math stamina. All right. Let me see how much time I got. What about part G? What is G primarily? To start with, what is G? What rule?
Quotient.
No, it isn't. I see a function. I know the function happens to involve a quotient, but I see a function inside of another function. So what rule? Chain rule. Quotient rule is going to be what I do with that link, right? So what's chain rule say? I've got something to the fourth power. How do I take its derivative? The 4 comes down. Do you see what I'm saying? You guys, all right. Am I saying this stuff is easy? No. But I am saying sometimes you guys think it can't be easy at all, so it must be horrendous. No. The very first step is easy as shit. What's something to the fourth power? 4 is that thing to the third power. That's nice. The horrible shit's going to be in the link, right? So something to the fourth power is 4 times that something. Get out of there, extra parentheses. To the third power. Times the derivative. Now I worry about quotient rule, right? The inside gets a turn. Maybe. So that first piece was easy as all shit. Just put a 4 and put a 3. Yay! Now I've got to do quotient rule for this. So go ahead and finish that out if you haven't done that one yet. That first piece just comes from the rhyme. Let's see if somebody can see how to get all the way done.